Hello, my name is Hans Tolman, and I would like to talk a little bit about ways you can use technology in education, substituting non-digital tasks with digital tasks. And again, Hans Tolman, educator for 16 years, Google innovator, and distance learning TOSA in Bakersfield, California. And I want to talk to you guys about 3 ways technology can improve and enhance learning. And the first way comes from the National Education Technology Plan and its relevancy. And the quote is from this plan is that technology can enable personalized learning or experiences that are more engaging or relevant and more relevant, excuse me. And here's an example of a lesson where students will draw inferences about Disney villains, possible crimes by reading and citing evidence from the text. So I want to just dig into this really quickly. This is a student exemplar of the final product for this task. Let's take a look.
That the evil queen committed murder because three pieces of evidence. One evidence is that the evil queen is trying to murder Snow White. Our second evidence is when a person is trying to poison or murder another.
So hopefully you can hear the sound, but basically they're giving the evidence they found from their text. So that's one example for relevancy. And another idea is problem-based learning. And in the plan, it also mentions technology and using real-world challenges with problem-based learning can make education better for kids. And one example of that is a project I did with Project Math, Travel Across America. This is where we gave the students a problem of, hey, you need to get ready for a trip across America. You have to go at least 2,000 miles, and you have to research and calculate and create and share a plan to travel across America. And so for this, they were given a spreadsheet, and in the spreadsheet, they had different categories they needed to calculate. So like, for example, auto costs. How much would it be for them to rent a vehicle? What was the daily rate and how much would that cost? Also lodging, where would they stay? When would they stay there? And what was the total lodging cost and how many hours did it take to get to that place so they can, make sure they're traveling? What were their food costs going to be? Where were they going to get lunch and dinner and breakfast? And how much was that? And then they had to total their summaries by using functions and grabbing data from previous sheets. And then they had to take this information and they had to create a Google My Map. So they had to put the
Sorry, I didn't understand.
They had to put the stops from where they're located, and they had to make sure they didn't travel more than like 8 hours a day. So they had to really think about where they wanted to go and what route they were going to take. And they have all of this information here, and in each spot, many times they will, some of the students put some notes on where they landed, or some students put places they wanted to go eat. And then they finally made a group video of their plan, and hopefully you can hear it.
I apologize for the technical difficulties. So this group of girls wanted to travel to New York City to see the Statue of Liberty. And so they're talking about where they wanted to go and how much work it took them. And I'm skipping ahead to show you images of the girls collaborating together. They talked about how much it costs and the destinations they would go each day where they wanted to visit along their route. And yeah, sorry about the
anyways,
audio.
so they had to kind of summarize their experience and how they decided to make that plan really powerful. And then the third way we can use technology in education is virtual field trips. Now that most museums are shut down because of COVID, that doesn't stop students from experiencing museums. And the quote from the educational plan, move beyond classroom to take advantage of learning opportunities available in museums, libraries, and other out-of-school settings. And one way that you can do that is you can go to the Google Arts and Culture website, where students can engage in virtual museum activities. They can explore a chosen museum. They can explain why this place is important and elaborate on pieces of art and evaluate the collections. So if I were to go to the Google Arts and Culture, just on their website, they have, how do you go to the toilet in space? How would kids love that? As you scroll down, you'll see an example of a Monet painting. Most of these kids will never be able to see this Monet in the London Art Museum, but here they can see it close up, and they have commentary on different parts of the painting. Like, for example, if you click on, no, it's not activating. So anyways, you're going to get a closer, more resolution image than your own eyes, as if you were standing in front of this Monet at the London Museum. And if you scroll down, you can see games and museum tours and virtual tours, and it just goes on and on. What's your favorite color? Look at artwork based on your favorite color. In the Explore category at the top of the website, there are a plethora of ways to explore categories of art, historical figures, collections, and so on. And then if they wanted to actually go visit a museum where some of these works of art are housed, they can go to Paris, France, and they can see what museums are available. They can zoom in on this map. They can go to, I believe the Louvre is over here, and they can explore some of these exhibits, get more information and view. So they can do that, and it'll take them all sorts of places. So those are some ideas on how you can substitute non-digital tasks with transformative technology experiences. Thanks for watching.